Hi and welcome back to my channel. I'm just going to share part 3 of my holiday album for Hey Little Magpie using Echo Park papers, Born to Travel. So I've used the 12 by 12 collection. I've used quite a lot of the collection on this in this album. So I've now finally finished it. And I have actually done the front cover. If you look, I will put a link in the description box below so you can see my part 2 where I've not attached the front cover. I've done the base of the front cover. So I'll start, I'll flip through it and I'm only going to show you the additional pieces I've done. So I'm hoping it's not going to be as long a video as it was last time. So on the front cover, again, using papers from the 12 by 12 collection pack and some chipboard. I just added a piece of trim down the side that was out of my stash. Printed off a photograph and added some alphabet stickers from Bella Boulevard on the front. I have glued them down extra with my Nouveau Deluxe glue, only because I don't want them, because it's on, and these have been glued down extra as well, because it's on the front and it'll be going on a bookshelf. I don't want them like popping off, or try not to make them pop off. So as I'm going along, I will show you where I have done. I've mentioned before that I add post-it pads. So when I'm doing an album, I tend to have a lot of post-it pads with different sizes of the paper, what photograph I might want to go there, and that's the way I do it. I sort of add post-it pads as I'm going along. So on this one, this part, I've added a piece of post-it sticker of things that I've finally completed. So I've mentioned in the previous videos what I've done, showed you, but this one I've just added extra pattern paper. So I've got the 6x6 paper pad, extra pattern paper to the bottom, and added a die cut as well, and that'll just pop in there. Again, I've not put any instructions. I've not put any, what's it called, journaling at the back, but I can add some journaling if I wanted to. Obviously, if you've watched my previous layout, my previous album video, you will see that I have done a layout. So this is going down. I have added some journaling onto this, and I've added some ribbon on the top. That's a journey going down. And then I just added this cut apart sheet, Enjoy Your Stay. So that was the photographs of the cottage that we stopped in. Again, I've added some journaling to this piece, again a cut apart. I've just had a bit of journaling on there. You'll see that in a piece. So I've used some of the alphabet stickers from the sticker book on that one, a cut apart sheet. Again, it's just another photograph of the town. Also, I have added a couple of the 6x8 photographs. I printed all these photographs, sorry, at home. Sometimes I do send them off to free print, but because I wanted various sizes and I wasn't sure what sizes of photograph I wanted, and I did print out per section. So for example, just going back to the start, I didn't know what sizes photograph I want, so I'm thinking, right, travel down there, what do I want? And I printed out as I went along and completed each section. So yeah, so there's a lot of, well, not a lot, there's a couple of photographs that are 6x8, and again I've said I've printed those at home. So that's from the previous one. Again, using a cut apart sheet, I've just all punched it. I've not put anything in the back. I have put a journaling a spot there that I could have had another photograph, but I didn't add anything to that one. So a lot of these, well, this one is from scrapbook.com. So I do tend to, when I do an album like this, I tend to have out of the page pages, and I also use pocket pages. Now a lot of the pocket pages are simple stories, and you'll find them at Hey Little Magpie, but some of the pocket pages I've had in my stash for a while, and like this one is a 6x4, and this is from scrapbook.com. I like doing this. I do this in my 12 by 12 as well. I never have a full album that's just 12 by 12. I've always got pocket pages of different sizes, so that when you flick through the album, you're seeing various layers. It gives you more, to me, it gives you more interest, that there's more interest going on in your album. It's not continuous like 12 by 12 papers, or in this scenario, 6 by 8 papers. So that's 6 by 4. There, and then on that, on the previous one, I've just added a photograph of James just at the water. We'd gone down to the we walked down the prom one evening, and the tide was coming in, and he just run down to paddle in the water for a bit, 5 minutes. Again, another cut apart piece here, and I've just all punched it, put a reinforcer on there, so when it's flipping over, it doesn't rip up. And then this is one of the flip outs that I've done of when I went to Cromer for the day on the bus. Again, I've got a post-it sticker there, and that's just because I just added this chipboard piece that says explore on there. I'm not sure if I'd already stamped that on my previous video, but this is one of the stamps. This is one of Elle Studio stamps, as is that one, A Sight to See. I explain how I've done that in my previous video, which I'll link I put in the description box below. So that's that one. Again, another 6 by 8 paper, followed by just a plain back there. And then this one is I think it's a 5 one that I folded. So on this one, I've just added some stickers from the sticker book along there. And I've also added ribbon to the journaling tag. So I cut these journaling tags just out of cardstock, decorated the bottom. This is one of the cut aparts and one of the cut apart sheets in the 12 by 12 pack. I've just stuck it on the tag so I can put some journaling on, and I've just decorated the back as well. So it's just using stickers from the sticker book on that one. Again, for this one, I've done this layout, I've done this page, and I didn't leave any room for journaling, and I wanted to put some journaling on. So I'd finished this page off, and then this page was blank. So I've just added a card, one of these journaling cards from Elle Studio, and added some, obviously some decoration and a bit of journaling, and I've got the arrow pointing towards this peach crumble. It was absolutely gorgeous. One of those things that you shouldn't have more than once, but I did. So yeah, so I it was just round the corner from the beach, so I went and got it, and I took it to the beach and sat and watched the tide come in while I had my peach crumble, which was lovely. So yeah, so so this is Elle Studio card, and I've got some stamps from Elle Studio. I will leave the links to the stamps below. I think this one is from the recent one that's called Everyday Magic, I think, but I will leave the link to the stamps below on there. Again, just I added, what did I do? Oh yeah, I've added some string here, a chipboard piece, a journaling spot, again a journaling label that is from Elle Studio. I've also reinforced all of my pages that I have done out of the pocket. I've had reinforcement. I've just punched out some scrap of the pattern paper and put reinforcement, so that when I'm flicking through and people are going to flick through, it's going to give it a bit more stability. So that was on that one, just adding the journaling there. I don't think I did anything for this one. There's not a green label, so I've not done anything for that one. That one again, it was plain blank, so I've just added pattern paper, lightly decorated. I've tried not to, it's quite bulky, the album, so I've tried not to add too much dimension on my pages. So again, just using some stickers from the sticker book, and a label from one of the cut apart pieces from one of the Elle Studio label sets, and I've just had where I was having my coffee. I love it that there's cafes near the beach, so that I can just grab a coffee and walk down the prom. Normally sitting on my rock, I'll show you my rock in a minute. Normally sitting on my rock with a book, watching the tide come in or waiting for the tide to go out. This one, I was at a beach further down. I'd walked a good 45 minutes, half an hour to 45 minutes down the beach, so that coffee was well deserved. The background here is very hazy, but it's looking towards Cromer Pier along here, so I just sat there and had my coffee, and then I was ready to walk back to Sheringham. So this is my rock. Sorry, I was just thinking if it meant so. This is one day we'd walk back from West Runton here, and we all just sat on the rock and just waited for the tide to come in. It was lovely early evening, about 4:30, something like that. Late afternoon, that isn't it? Not early evening. So on this one, I've just added again a chipboard piece there. This rock became our rock for this evening, and we'd walked back from West Runton together, and we just sat on the rock, just waiting for the tide to come in. It was late afternoon, I don't know, 4 o'clock, 4:30, something like that. So I just put my rock becomes our rock. Just us relaxing after one of our beach walks. It's just so relaxing sitting here and listening to the sea. And literally we just sat there, I mean, it must have been there a good half hour, just chatting amongst ourselves and watching the tide come in, and decorating at the back. And this is one of the what they're called, pocket pages from scrapbook.com, where I have I've added my stash for a while. Again, I've just added some of the chipboard pieces here. I've put some journaling there. We just had a random walk, so we walked down to the prom just to watch the sea. And then at the back, I've added a postcard. Just added a simple decoration, so that's a cut apart sheet. I've just added it onto top of pattern paper, and the final picture is one when we went down to the beach and it was sunset. So that is my complete album. I hope you've enjoyed looking and seeing the process that I do. If you've got any questions, please write them in the comment description below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Please like and subscribe to our channel. I will leave a link in the description box below, as I said, to this wonderful collection, Born to Travel. And as you can see, even though it's got like aeroplanes and New York, Paris, Leaning Tower of Pisa, London embellishments on, packing your bags and things like that, you can still use the collection for a English or a non airplane travel vacation. So thank you very much for watching. I'll be back next month with another video for A Little Magpie. Thank you for now. Bye.